My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Aethermancer. We're headed into another mythic run for, I think, our only character that does not have all of their perks unlocked. So the only character that I have that is below level 3, and that is Eloise as Domovoy. Alright, which one are we gonna do? We've got the shifted version with ether and burn damage. We've got the base version with healing and burn damage. So I can have heal mastery or I can have summon mastery. I do like summon. On action, if the action didn't consume any cooking stacks, apply cooking to self and regeneration to the ally with the lowest amount of regeneration. So we're definitely going to be looking to exploit regeneration. Shifted or non-shifted? Although if I look to exploit regeneration, obviously, Invigorate is a dedicated support skill. Seems pretty good for that. You know what? Let's take the base Domovoy. The shifted one's really exciting in a world where I've already done stuff with the base version, and the base version never made it that far in any particular run. So I will bend every available arc of... That's what I'm looking for. Every available, like, chance, arc, bridge towards the future, I will bend in the direction of making Domovoy ridiculously powerful. So, how would we do that? You are an fire and water character. You have heal, regeneration, and burn. As your base trait, we mentioned earlier, Monster Chef, on action. So giving you free actions, obviously, really helps with that. But also, you taking actions outside of your own turn will also help with this. On action. Yeah, so you having reactions, whether or not that's retaliate or sidekick, is also pretty cool. So retaliate would usually come in with tank in the build as well. Interesting. Fire and water, and then you gain all of those cooking stacks, and you consume all cooking stacks to apply 4 burn to the enemy for each consumed stack. Corbo. Fire and wind overlaps on heal, has uniquely ether and power. I'm not super interested in those, to be frank. Earth and water on Hug Monster, or fire and water if I want to flip it as well. Fire and water, of course, does give us the ability to give you burn. And also, you have on action apply 2 burn to self. And then whenever burn triggers on this monster, enemies also take damage from it. Which is cool because burn triggers when you use ether. So if you use a free action, that will also trigger the burn damage to all enemies. Oh, pretty cool. It also gets a tank in the party. Unfortunately, it also overlaps on both fire and water. The two things, kind of, if I could avoid it, I'd like not to overlap on those. Oh, shifted Starspawn. Comes in with fire, wind, ether, heal, and age. There was that one thing we got once as Domovoy in an age build, but the build was falling apart at that time, but like, maybe age? Ties the Void. When an ally or an enemy uses an action of a certain element, generate a wild ether. The ether is chosen randomly at the start of every round. Oh, also we have shifted Mephisto and base Mephisto. Again, base Mephisto unfortunately would line us up a little better, but it's fire and water, and I don't want to use shifted Mephisto because I used it last run. I'm still excited about having unlocked the shifted Starspawn. I'm leaning that direction for exclusively that reason. I'm not thrilled about this setup. I don't really see our big potential here. And a lot of other runs I've already seen where maybe we might be able to move. Discovering it along the way, it looks like. Let's give a new perk to Eloise. Ooh, defense +1 is kind of cool, but I really like ether +1. If you can get enough additional ether given to you every turn, you can save yourself a lot of other actions and drafts. I unfortunately don't have an earth character at the moment, so I literally can't even use that elemental challenge. It's frustrating. Oh, hell yeah. The enemies are going to use water. Oh, that'll be handy. Oh, Breeze is a heal that generates wild ether as well. Cool. Unfortunately, with no shielding, I am going to be taking a huge amount of... what do you call it? Corruption damage, unfortunately. With the defense +1? Really? Starspawn shifted, you have defense +1? You do indeed. All right. I'm very surprised by that. It's just I'm very surprised by that. I'll throw a Breeze. Getting 2 more wild ether. And I'd say I'm pretty well set up now. Next turn, I'm pretty likely to be able to hit a Star Beam. Now, it's the healing version of a Star Beam here, Light Beam. 2x10, wild damage against all enemies, and heal all allies for 2x10. Set up Boiling Soup on the top line. Fire does damage when you stagger an enemy, so the wild damage will stagger that enemy, triggering the fire, taking the enemy out. Unfortunately, Domovoy has taken way too many hits here. Actually, Orthrus, are you a sick pairing? You care about sidekick. You care about heal. You care about power. I could take the shifted Orthrus. I'd get... Oh, what's shifted Orthrus's stat coverage? I don't remember. But I would get sidekick. And I'd get another overstack with heal. So all of our party would care about heal. And Orthrus cares about power, so I might even be able to use that healing to give power to allies. Honestly? Is it worth throwing a crafted memento to guarantee an Orthrus? Is it better than all of the other sidekick characters we could take? I think it might be. I honestly think it might be. I hope shifted Orthrus's coverage is... Yeah. It's a shame. Is Earth. Given the... Oh. Literally just straight up ran into the enemy there. Jotun, are you also possibly a good one? Tank Shield Age, Water Wind. You got some good coverage that I don't have. I suspect there are 2 different versions of the party. There's the aggressive party and there's the defensive party, and this is the... This to be the defensive one. I really need some auras to start taking advantage of healing and regen. And I'm gonna get a whole bunch of them. Like, literally every party member, at least if I do end up taking Ultras, is gonna have heal as a sub-trait. Oof. The corruption damage. Alright. Get him with the boiling soup. Follow up with big ol' light beam. Light beam heals my allies as well while I'm using it. Damn, that's really good shielding on them, unfortunately. Yeah, this party is absolutely garbage at dealing damage. Get him with the boiling soup and then heal over the top, get some additional wild ether out of it. So I'm ready for... Good Lord, Domovoy, your corruption in this single battle, Eloise! That's enough to take out Jotun. As long as I can get one of them off the field, maybe I can get the other one off eventually. Certainly limits the amount of psychic attacks I'll have to deal with. Good Lord, please stop. Stop. It's so much damage. Stop. Eloise, debuff mitigation. Great. Now, show us everything we want. Regenerated Prime. For every 3 consume regeneration stacks, apply power to the ally with least amount of power. I mean, honestly, yeah. Synchronized healing. Whenever you reach 5 ether of the same element, heal all allies 2x5. I like that, but I don't trigger that often right now. And Burning Fire. For every 3 fire ether consumed by allies, apply burn to all enemies. Yeah. Take Regenerated Prime to start with. Ooh, Ancient Power. Gain aging and also apply 1 power to self. Although Ether Shield's also not bad. When this monster generates or uses ether, shield self equal to the amount. Give me Ancient Power. I'm just asking for a bunch of power here so that I actually have the ability to complete fights. Because otherwise, ooh, it's kind of hard. Eloise, you can have a 50% chance in another. Sorry, it's actually Starspawn shifted. You can have a 50% chance in another. Oh, it's not even a usable altar. Well, I'm like pretty hugely terrified. I'm gonna go to the Envoy hoping that I can get some Corruption Cleanse. The Hourglass artifact would be ideal. Well, there's the sorest hill of it all. Hecatonchirus. Add some age to our party. Naga with tank and shield and power. Not bad. Shifted Circuit is whenever an enemy with weakness attacks. Trigger poison on the enemy and apply force to attack allies. See, I think there's definitely something that I can do. with Sorathil. The only thing is how long it would take to happen. And also, applying weakness to enemies is really important to me. So I think I would have to go with the one that's slightly worse at taking advantage of additional heal. But I will still have heal in the body. All right. Unfortunately, I didn't get the ability to shield allies, so... Chromatic Harp or Hexing Harp. Chromatic Scroll for the staggers at the right time, please. Oh. Found the lurker. I will take your teeth, friend. Well, there's a cat who wants them. Ooh. Is maybe Zerka a good choice for this party? Wait, you're kidding me. Do I... Okay, I do have someone who can take this challenge. Yay. God. I gotta be honest, all of these enemy parties look like they are very high damage, and I'm probably the most scared that I have been that I'm gonna be leaving this without any health. I need Eloise to be taking fewer hits. Cat Zerka, Regeneration Sidekick. I mean, yeah. On crit, 50%. You're not going to be critting that often. Maybe the shifted Cat Zerka would be better. I don't know what it changes, though. Thankfully, fire is the action that's being rewarded at the moment, so do a bunch of that. All the additional regeneration stacks out there. Throw a spore down for additional weakness. I'll go direct attack as well. Thankfully, Fire Blast had a lot of its damage taken away by the weakness stacks. And the sidekick hits will also, thankfully. Well, perfect. I can do Light Beam this turn. Throw down Boiling Soup first. Gives me the energy for it, and then... As soon as that unit tries to use its move, it'll die to its burn, so I'm okay with that. We're definitely ending fights a lot faster now. additional, and then basic attack to finish him. Need. Oh, Sorothill immediately gains some experience. We get the aura. Power generator. For every 3 power applied to allies, generate a random ether. It's also helping winds. For every 3 wind ether consumed by allies, apply sidekick to self. Make it double. Sidekick attacks from all allies, including self, obviously. 2x2 damage hits. I'm leaning power generator or reroll, but power generator is currently usable, so I'll take it. Hey, I finally have a good use for a corruption cleanse bond, if you would like to turn up for me. Probably still end up needing to take down Cockatrice before it can get to a single turn where it can big hit me. How is my base attack staggering here? Huh. I don't understand. Why is the base... Oh, right, because it's causing a psychic, and the psychic is coming out with fire, earth as its type, so it's exactly perfect for these enemies. I think I'd rather stagger Cockatrice on a turn where it's actually doing something. Good. I'll probably end up getting the... You can invigorate again, that's fine. I'll probably end up getting the 5th Wild Ether this turn. Yeah, there's not too many ways they could have actually stopped me from doing that. And... Light Beam! Spore still connects there, but we... Look, 2 corruption damage is some of the least corruption damage I've taken. It's fine. I'm pretty worried about the... I'm pretty worried about the fight at the end of the floor. That was really badly done. Thankfully, I didn't take any additional corruption to that. Alright, Starspawn levels up, gets a new move. Heal all allies 6, shield all allies 3. Not bad. Snow support is a little bit of a problem, unfortunately. Heals all allies 2x7. Great. Cleanse 2 debuffs from all allies. Great. Apply 2 sidekick. Great. 2 self. No. Not to self. No, I'm going to take that free action. Oh. Perfect. Now this is a staff that Sorathil can wear. 75% chance to hit an additional time. Water damage +1. But evasion 10%. That's relevant. And now here's the part of the game that I am terrified of. I now got to fight these things. I suspect there is a non-zero possibility that they either kill me or do so much to me that it is reasonable to assume I will die very soon afterwards. I want to focus on Tatzelworm first, which is probably the highest damage in the party at the moment because of the consistent poison. Have to use a Monster Blast this turn as well. Firefang staggers top line. And then Boiling Soup staggers Tatzel. We managed to finish it off. I'm going to heal and shield all allies with the Jewel Charm, to be frank. You really do need it. I'm happy to use the Firefang there, just knowing that it will keep us quite comfortable. And also leaves me with some additional sidekick for the future. Small heal and shield. Oh, I'll just keep us invigorated, I think. All the way up to Healing Beam next turn. Do I have another floor, or is it boss right after this? I'm pretty terrified if it's boss right after this. Fire Charm. Apply 2 regeneration to target ally. Target generates 1 random ether. And it's a free action for 2 fire. I mean, that's a free action. What was I literally asking for earlier? Free actions? I think I take it. Storm's also really good. 2x5 Water Earth against all enemies. Applies weakness to all enemies. Applies 2 regen to all allies. And even Blossoming Strike for the 2 regen to all allies. But I'm going to take a Fire Charm. It's exactly what I was asking for. Oh, Meteorite. On support action, almost all of the things that Eloise ever does. Convert an ether into a wild ether. Also, regeneration chance. On action, 50% chance to apply regeneration to self. Those both sound ideal. Alright. I don't know, maybe we are alive. I mean, Grimoire, obviously, as a wild caster, stacks very well with what we're doing at the moment. Moloko. I mean, look, if I have to come back to this to replace part of my party, there's definitely a lot of value in just getting Moloko in here, but how many runs? How many runs am I going to want to use the Domovoy until I get to use the Domovoy? At the end of combat, remove 1 corruption from your monsters. Honestly, I think right now, maybe, Gosh. You +5 max health to Eloise. Try and keep him. Try and keep him alive. Try and keep him around. Take out cockatrice first. Oh, the plus hit got the stagger. Hell yeah. Although, unfortunately, that consumed the energy I was going to use for later things. Which is fine, because I managed to generate the additional energy there, and then I can heal you, so I don't have to worry. Fire Ritual is a purge move, so that's fine. Wind Kick, especially from Warpatinger, can crit for stupid damage. Ooh. Well, as it turns out, with that wild conversion, we actually have the ability to light beam them. Oh, sick. I can even Jewel Charm before it. Great. Start of turn, we'll trigger 3 regeneration immediately, gaining up power. There's all those cooking stacks on us now. It's really important that top line is staggered. So I'm going to hit you with Burning Soup. And then I'm going to break your poise. You immediately take damage to the burn. That enemy was about to use Firebolt, which could have done just too much damage for me to feel comfortable. Yeah, I can Invigorate. That's a support action. And then I get the light beam. Oh, -1 corruption from everyone. We're going so well. Sorry, Phil. What do you got? Dust Grasp. Apply 3 weakness to target enemy. Ember Dart? Just a 2x2 fire damage against target enemy is a free action. I mean, I do like free actions, but Dust Grasp is really good for its coverage. It's an additional energy for us a lot of the time as well. The other one was Overhead Smash, just a bunch of fire damage to a single target, and on Interrupt, gain power. I honestly think base attack Eloise is a good pickup here, because Sorathil, you're always going to want to generate things. So's Eloise. No, I honestly think it's give fire attack to Eloise. Generates even more of the resources we need. I mean, both the cockatrices obviously need to go down. I do love when first turn asks me for either fire or wind, because that's additional wild, thank you. Hell yeah. We've actually got 6 wild for the start of the next turn to immediately just light beam everyone. Oh, hell yeah. I can even use Jewel Charm first. Then light beam. Set up Fire Fang on Cockatrice on the top line, and then use Boiling Soup to apply a bunch of burn and then activate. Or Break Poise, which then activates the burn immediately as well. Okay, beautiful. We should be pretty much ready to just light beam them at the start of this turn as well. What, fire you're asking for? That's the easiest possible. Use a Fire Charm to generate 2. Yeah, 100%. All of my damage comes from Light Beam. I don't want that to be the case in the future, but if it gets us through battles right now, it gets us through battles right now. I'm not gonna look at Gift Holes in the mouth on that one. I'm sure it has teeth. Mana from heaven. 20 gold. Remove 20 corruption, 12 corruption from all of my monsters. Eloise is still at 31 corruption. If I'm honest, we already are missing like some serious synergy. Like Power Generator is fine at best. I'm gonna go to the Witch. Unfortunately, I do think I'm probably better served by taking the fight and then coming back to the Witch after to affect anything that I level up with, but I hope I have enough power scaling to really be able to get through this fight. That's ultimately it. Because, like, you know, 2x11 wild damage to a single target is a lot worse. Definitely worth weakening them. Already got all the wild ether I need for the jewel charm. I want to get giant cooking stacks. Dust Grasp and Spore for additional wild energy. I could spend that wild energy. I do like additional regeneration, but this is a little bit more stagger as well as some more cooking stacks. Okay, enemies using 2 special moves this turn, so Boiling Soup would be really nice if I can get it. And I can. So that's 20 burn on you. Fire Fang for some additional weakness and setup. And then this Light Beam does giant damage to the enemy, but it also staggers them, enabling burn to deal even more damage. About a third of the way through the boss fight. Unfortunately, the enemy does have power, and that power is going to get much worse as time goes on. I want to be able to benefit from the heals in Light Beam, because if I can, it's a giant heal. If I can also benefit from that, then I can really get some stuff going, I think. Weaken the enemy with Dust Grasp. I do like a basic attack every so often. Nice. The enemy having... Oh, I thought that was another attack. I was about to lose my mind. The enemy having to trigger the burn every time they want to use a special action is really harsh on them right now. They are not enjoying that. did forget about the volcanic god. Oh, but it's on a target that's not gonna... yeah, the target's not even gonna get attacked again. I am slightly worried the Starspawn ends up taking lethal damage after this. Enemy will be hitting them with Echo. Echo's 2 by 11 right now. Literally exact lethal damage. And if I use Jewel Charm, I won't have enough to... Oh, God. Fine. You got me. Jewel Charm. Ugh. It's the right thing to do, because if I just keep my units healthy, then I can just watch the enemy eviscerate their own health by trying to attack me while they're on fire. I'm sorry, but you forgot about the fire, didn't you? Classic mistake right there. You know, I can hardly believe it, but we're actually getting out of the first floor. And Domovoy's still alive. Everyone levels up here. Let's see Sorathil first. Whenever an enemy's weakness is consumed, heal the ally with the lowest health for 3. That's huge. Magnus hit. On attack, deal a hit with damage equal to the total amount of power in your body. That's super cool as well, but like this is a huge amount of healing triggers. All I need is healing triggers to do something now. Hey, Blood Pacts. That's something. Synchronous Aging is also nice. When you reach 5 ether, apply Age and Shield to all allies with Age for 3. Oh, applies Age. And shields all... It's not 3 Age. Got it. Blood Pact. At the end of your turn, deal a water hit to all enemies. Damage equals 1 for every 4 healing received by allies this round. That cares about healing. Kindle. For every 4 burn applied to enemies, generate Fire Ether. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of Fire Ether that we get out of using our consume stacks, but like, yeah. Cleanse Corruption. When someone's healed to full health, cleanse Corruption from them. No, because it only triggers once per battle. And in Kindled Ether, nope, reroll. That's exactly the kind of stuff we're looking for. Oh! This! I was about to take Regeneration Shield. Whenever Regeneration triggers on an ally, shield them for 5. Huge, incredible, ridiculous. Rapid Fire. When an enemy gets attacked for the second time in turn, trigger burn on them. Huge, incredible, ridiculous. Quicken. For every 15 healing this monster receives or applies to allies, apply Sidekick to self. Thank you. That's Sidekick on the Domovoy. I remember mentioning that at the very start. Let's come back around. All right, now, Lily, what do you want to do for us? I'll say Ancient Power is one of the slower things that I'm doing at the moment. And it could get a lot better. Yeah, event, reroll, shifted, Ancient Power. On attack, heals the ally with lowest health. You don't attack that much. Cosmic Fire. For every 3rd Fire Ether generated by your allies. Sorry, every 3rd is generated as Wild Ether instead of Fire. And Wild Ether also counts as Fire Ether for the effects of your skills. Honestly? I mean, every one of our units has fire as a trait. This is just Wild Ether consistent. It's just consistent generation of Wild Ether. Yes. Hell yes. I mean, unfortunately, Meteorite is actually sick as hell on Eloise, so I can't remove it, even though I really do want the Corruption Cleanse. The drum's also really good, but again, similar reasoning. Void Crystal, Wild Ether, huge pickup. Evasion 10%. Let's get 2 bonus Spirio and a Monster Soul. Then I'll cleanse a bunch of corruption. Eloise is still pretty corrupt, but we'll start to address that in the next episode. Until then, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game is me and Aethermancer. Top left is the series playlist for all of my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add up the thanked. A special thanks this episode to Eloise. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.